So again, I just used external the data text to columns tools, right? And use delimited to by comma, right? And space for the state and zip code. And then it's just going to clean up the data instead of letting code doing it, which is better to do this way. Just reduce the processing time to your program. Then after we run, we have it by split. Now we happen to have white space in this one, which we may be able to apply the same concept to clean up, or you can do trim inside the code too. Fixed width, delimited by space. Oh, we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to split a city name. Fixed width. You can just do it by yourself like that by creator columns. So it's going to cut all the white spaces in front and delete it from here. Sometimes we have to clean up the data like that. So let's rerun the program. There you go. So we don't have spaces in front, right? Last thing is the phone number. It hasn't been happen to read it as the like floating point numbers. So we're going to test to put that in. Now we said we can do by columns. So that means record, right? Dot get column. That's the first one is our name, right? Hospital name. Oh, we actually has to create an object outside anyway. This is going to go into, I'm going to put the object outside. Right, once you read the whole record in, you create the object once. And I actually can just copy this to use to make it faster. But just remove the attributes type. And now create the new hospital, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to, like say, I try to create a fields for this inside here. Since the fields has to be at a class level, and whenever I read in at that point, name is going to be equals to the which actually we don't need to iterate to that. We just iterate to show it, right? Record.get at index 0, right? Now when we get, we have to see what's the data type is return object. Then we have to make object to string, right? String dot value of the value of this object. So that's the name. And we do the same for the rest, which is city, state, zip, latitude, longitude, phone number, and photo, right? This one we cannot loop because the data are different, right? But if you want, we can create an array. If you want to do the loop, use array, and then we have to take the object of array to create hospital instead. That's another way. Name, street address, city, and state, and zip, latitude, longitude, and photo. So thus we should be able to create an object from there, right? And we can put a loop back. Now it should be able to create a whole all the objects for you, right? For each record, and keep doing the new hospital. Now so loop through everything in the sheets, go to each column, create an object, and put it back to the list. So we already have the BST list, which is the hospital BS3, right? So we will call hospital BS3 dot. We already have add hospital. Alright, so we can just test to just print out. If we do, we already have the iterations traversal, right? Print what we want to print. Print the BST3, and then we have to do which one. We have to pass the orders, right, to print. So let's review this. When we print out print 3, pre-order, in order, post order. So if it's in order, we just do, we reset the tree, pre-order, and iterate to the tree, and then just do get next, right? Now let's see BST3 itself. Do we have toString or something that we create? No, we just do iteration get next. So we technically need something like this. So if I want to do like let's do the in order one. To test, to print it out, right? So int tree size, which is, this is going to be we're going to print it as in order, just to see if we can actually store an object and print it out. Now the element, which is what? The hospital, right? Let me see what they put in the element. String. This is actually return the object, right? Get next should return the object of hospital. So this should be the hospital. And they should call to string. And we don't need to cast. Because hospital itself has toString of hospital version, it's going to print out the hospital toString. Now let's test that. Voila. We're able to create the object of all the hospitals from Excel. Now we can manipulate the data in any way that we want. So from here, you can look at the resource that provide you how to use table view. Right, so that's the first step. We created UI. The next step, just follow this table view. Like I said, you have to start into observable list, observable list, because it looks like from this code, in order to populate that into table view, you are relying on observable list. Like we didn't do in the fxml here, we do in the code itself. Okay, like something like the technique that they do from the add. When they try to add rows, right? But we don't do get the text, right? This is from the text field. We just add the whole object person into the list in the controller. Okay, so let me put a resource and show you.